Whew, I've just rushed over after making the last video. I haven't even got changed yet, because CDBY is running a couple of weeks late. The previous video took me way too long to do. Hello and welcome to CDBY, where I normally ask you a new question at the end of the video. But unfortunately, not this time. This is the last CDBY for now, and that's why I said I would include everyone's answers to the last question. I'm going to stop making these to work on other material. Some new, some ongoing. So what was the last question? Oh yes. What was the worst movie you've ever seen? The one you thought was really rubbish? The Real Stubborn Kitty 123? I absolutely dislike the Emoji Movie. It was scary. Maybe I'm one of the lucky ones that haven't bothered to give it the time of day. Animation Official? Probably the Emoji Movie, in my opinion. I can really see a theme is going to materialise with this. Let's just see. Nate Toons. The B Movie is the worst. I've only seen bits of the film, and what I saw I personally wasn't impressed with either. Hyper does stuff. The worst movie I saw was probably the Emoji Movie, in my opinion. Someone else with an opinion. And the same movie. It's getting rather popular in the wrong way. Snazzy Fellow. My Life was the worst film ever. The main character is so flippin' ugly. Are we talking Michael Keaton or Nicole Kidman? I mean, the characters' names weren't great. Bob and Gail. Why, Guy? The Emoji is the worst movie. That movie strikes again. It must have been really, really bad. Small Hum YT. Children vs. Wizards by Russia is the worst movie. I must admit, mixing black magic and NATO together sounds rather strange. Aidan Taines. I'm thinking Emoji Movie is the worst movie I saw. Well, you're not alone. We have a clear winning rubbish movie. I don't think I will ever entertain it. No, you. I think the worst film I've seen is Annabelle. I wasn't pleased with it because it wasn't so scary as I thought it was. This is a film I've seen, and to be honest, I wasn't thrilled with it either. Literally just Sam. Honestly, for me, the most disappointing was the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds, since I'm a massive fan of the books and the musical. I thought the film was okay and watchable, but the British Broadcasting Company, the BBC, did a version not long ago, and that was absolute dross. Wooden acting, and just awful rendition. The book would have turned on the shelf. Gabrielle Z. The worst was X-Men Dark Phoenix. Now, I do like the X-Men series, but this one, no, I've not watched it yet, so I can't agree or disagree, but I may watch it soon. Bagel Boy Extreme. The worst movie in my opinion was probably The Incredible Hulk. Yeah, I would agree, it's not on the same par as some of the other comic book films, and it did seem pretty flat at times. Aidan Plays MCPE. The most rubbish movie I've seen is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Literally, the movie is just singing. Back in the day, a lot of movies were made with a lot of singing. Now what would be funny is seeing that car and them all singing something like Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. XP Animation. The Emoji Movie was found in the darkest corners from the underworld. This is a film I will not be watching. You've all made your point that it's really, really bad. JM Animates. Worst movie? I'll give you a hint. You like jazz? We have another B movie, I believe. Liz Draws. Worst film would be The Brave Little Toaster. Now that film was a 90s classic, according to some people. To me though, I just think it was warm bread. TK Mations. I would have to say Elf. That's a film I have completely avoided, due to the bad reviews as well. So I'm so glad I haven't watched it. Budgie Music. The worst movie ever was probably Shaun the Sheep. It was a classic. Shaun being a rebel sheep and every other sheep following him. Yeah, it was rubbish. Kirby is fat. That's what it says. Wagwan. Worst movie definitely the Star Wars prequels. Star Wars episodes 1 and 2 were drawn out. Episode 3 was rushed. Don't think they split them correctly. And should have focused more on going to the dark side a little more than 25 minutes in one film. I made a comic. Emoji Movie. That about sums that movie well and truly up. Jegman Jacob. The worst movie is Son of the Mask. I remember that. What a load of complete rubbish that film was. Captain 23rd Gaming. Worst movie that I ever saw has to be TLJ. Yes, I was not impressed by The Last Jedi either. It was all wrong. I didn't feel like a Star Wars film at all. It's a corn dog. I would say that Cars 3 were kind of bad. I just didn't like the ending. I've only seen the first one. Did nothing for me. So not seen any of the others. BBB Beast Boss Barlow. Definitely the Emoji Movie. Definitely must be. So I'm so glad not to have watched it. Master. Tangled. I kind of like that film, I think. Can't remember much about it. Almost Animations. The worst movie I've seen lately is Downsizing. Yeah, Shrinking People has already been done, so I was wondering what the point of this movie was. Dogos Animations. The worst movie I've seen was the Emoji Movie. Must be in double figures with that one now, surely. Must be a quality movie. Spider-Man 567. The worst movie is Avengers Endgame. I can't see how you thought that is the worst movie. You must tell me why. Mr. Illusion. The worst movie I watched was probably Cars 3. Somebody else said they didn't enjoy Cars 3 either, so you're not alone. Ollie Animation Studios. The worst film is The New Cats. We left near the start, abandoning my aunt. This has been nominated for Worst Film of the Year, and it must have been funny seeing your aunt sat on her own, surrounded by 3 tubs of popcorn. King's Toon Times. The worst film I watched was Cars 2. You probably haven't watched Cars 3 then, because that one wasn't great according to some comments either. Govern Animations. The Death Note movie from 2006. I think that was similar to The Ring, wasn't it? Matt's Animations. Emoji Movie. It had to be, and that's pretty much that. There's Animations. Willy Wonka and the 5-Year Asbo. Oh, it don't say Wonka. And who knows what an Asbo is, eh? Come on, be sociable and not anti.